to God, I am Humpty!
What's good, Tano, and welcome. Are you ready to take your Incarnon Burston Prime to the next levels, taking down level 9999 steel path enemies in Warframe, red crates, power, everything you need in one weapon? Let me show you the power against level cap, and I come back to you with the build. What a masterpiece, and that's the power we're talking about. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you think about this build. Starting with Revenant, we use the Revenant as we don't really care about damage boosting, so you can apply this build with any Warframe you want since he's a tank. Now, 2 Emerald Darkon shards to push the stacks of Corrosive from 10 to 14, so we armor strip enemies using Corrosive stacks. Can be from Tempest Barrage, can be from Corrosive, let's say, procs, whatever. We're using Nourish to proc Viral, and Revenant Prime you can apply, and the build is tested with and without Worthy Camaraderie and Arcane Rage. Totally up to you. You can use them or not. It's not a problem. Now, when it comes to Burston, the evolutions. Evolution 1, gain an auto fire mode and deal radial heat damage when the Incarnon form activated. The Evolution 2, forceful finality, increase base damage by 42, plus 5 base multi-shot on final magazine burst. The Evolution 3, we're using kinetic battle for weapon recoil. Evolution 4, absolute valor, increase base critical chance by plus 22%. When it comes to the build, we're going towards headshot, multipliers, crit, you name it. Suration for damage, Vital Sense for critical damage. Primed Bane of Grunier is multiplicative damage against the faction you're fighting. You want to replace it every time you're fighting a different faction. Since we're going against the Orokin in Simulacrum, we'll be using the Primed Bane of Orokin. Now, of course, you can replace this with anything you want. Like, depends on your style, depends if you want to every time change things around. Let me know in the comment below if you want to replace it to help you out choosing with what. Galvanized Scope, on a headshot 120% critical chance when aiming for 12 seconds. On a headshot kill, plus 40% critical chance when aiming for 12 seconds, stacks up to 5 times on top of our 120% critical chance. Now, Malignant Force for Toxin statue chance, High Voltage for Electricity statue chance. You can play with these, depends on the element you're going for. For example, if you have another source of armor stripping, and speaking of armor stripping, you have this sheet right here. It can help you maneuver around the methods to find your own style on proc environment armor stripping. But let's assume you have a way of armor stripping. You can switch this, for example, let's say to the Viral. So you don't need Nourish since you have a armor stripping method. And you can make it a blast, you can make it gas. Depends what faction you're fighting and what you want to achieve. Now, always the builds are flexible. Primary equity, 350% weak point damage, 350% chance to multi-shot, cannot be modified. Now, a lot of Thanos, sometimes they don't like the fact that multi-shot cannot be modified, but the weak point damage and the critical chance on weak points, make it up and you will be really powerful and good. Critical delay for critical chance and minus fire rate. Now, if you don't like the minus fire rate, and you don't like a minus fire rate and you don't like to change the Bane mods, I would say the this mod, the Gilded Truth, is one of the best replacements against your multiplicative damage to faction. If you don't like to use Galvanized Scope to aim and so on, you will have red crits here and there, but mostly will be orange. Yes, you can replace Gilded Truth in there as well. Depends on your style and what you want. Vigilante Supplies, Primary Deadhead, for damage, headshot multiplier, and minus weapon recoil. And you're good to go. We don't use Rivens, as Rivens, they are very personalized, and I can't show you a build with Riven, so you need to just go and spend your platinum to get the Riven to make the build work, or actually you will doubt the build that is relying heavily on the Riven to work, and I don't want that. And as always, before I build my weapons and warframes, I rely on DVS, which is my method: D for damage, V for viral, S for stripping enemies. And remember, we take things to level cap, not as a show off, but because enemy scales on EHP, effective hit point, on their shield and overguard and health. So fighting a level cap enemy is the prime testing you need. Nautilus prime build, and this is the Verglas prime build. You will need a Riven for the Tenacious Bone to work for 120% critical damage. If you don't have a Riven, you can use the prime razor rifle or the Vorklock, and you be as good. Now let's summon level 230 heavy corrupted gunners. I mean, this is even better. This is shock heavy corrupted gunners. Let's take a look. Now let's feel the Incarnon form. There you go. Activating Incarnon form. Check this out. Now this is insanely powerful against these Eximus units. Look at that. It is so freaking good. And I'm sure there is nobody in Warframe will tell you this doesn't look dope and doesn't look like the ultimate build for Burston. And I'll tell you what, guys, previously I did a level cap Burston build, but I'll be honest with you guys, I think this build shines more, but it requires some headshots. Let's fight these heavy corrupted gunners. Look at that. Like, you pretty much like one tapping them technically. Look at that. Mamma mia. We don't joke around, and I believe for a lot of channels doing red crits becoming essential. And guys, if you're looking for Rivens for this weapon, I would recommend CC, CD. You want to look for CC, CD, damage, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, even negative zoom will be really good as a negative. In the end, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Special thanks for members, special VIPs, and this video donator, all of donations, and everyone in my community. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, join my Discord, follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you guys on the next time.